Yo, what's up, everybody? Check. 1, 2. It's Marcos Villegas. This is the Fight Up TV live chat. What's up? Today is September 14th, 2020, the year of our Lord. We are back. Took last week off, obviously, because it was the holiday. It was Labor Day, so I hope you guys all had a great Labor Day. A lot of stuff going on in the world of boxing. A lot of drama, man, going back and forth. But let me go ahead and say what's up to everybody. What up, Juan Murillo? What's up, Rick? The One, Jem J, Cesar Aleman, Jesus M, Abraham. What's up, guys? What's going on? If you guys are just tuning in for the first time here, this is the Fight Up TV live chat. We do this every Monday at 5:45 p.m. here on the West Coast. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel as we continue our march to 1 million subscribers. So not a lot happened over the weekend in boxing, but a lot of other stuff outside of the fights has been going on. I wanted to touch on two subjects. One, Canelo Alvarez and Oscar De La Hoya beefing, going back and forth. I have a crazy little conspiracy theory on this. So hear me out, guys. Yeah, I know it sounds a little out there, but I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. So last week, I believe last Friday or last Thursday, Canelo Alvarez put in a lawsuit against Golden Boy and Dazn for breach of contract, for damages, because Canelo's fed up. He wants a fight, and he hasn't gotten a fight already. So he took him to court. The case got thrown out because of some small technicality. Where Canelo didn't properly, or I guess the Canelo's legal team didn't properly jot down the entity that was doing the entity of the plaintiff that was doing the case, which was himself. He did it the wrong way, so got thrown out. But it doesn't matter. They just got to fix that. It's like legal jargon. They got to fix that, and then they're gonna resubmit the lawsuit, I believe. So. Hold on, I got to put a hater in check right now. I'm going to put a hater on timeout. All you haters, this is what's going to happen to you. You're going to get put in timeout. Not welcome with your bull on here. So they're seeking, they said that close to 238 million in damages for the lawsuit. And, there's a lot of sticking points to it. One, Canelo's suing because he's not in the ring. And that when I say him and the team did have opponents, and Dazn didn't approve them because they weren't premium opponents. And they listed Dazn on the lawsuit papers. The premium opponents were people, the names of Jorge Masvidal, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Gennady Golovkin. Well, not even Gennady Golovkin, Oscar De La Hoya. Gennady Golovkin wasn't even on there, which... Yeah, 300 for sure. You know what? I'm gonna block this fool from the channel. Let's see here. No. Let's report him. Let's report him for harassment because he's annoying. Boom. This guy must watch. No, I'm not even gonna mention their channel, which is kind of odd. Okay, so they mentioned two MMA guys. And Oscar De La Hoya, who hasn't fought since 2008, I believe, and the last fight was against Manny Pacquiao, who's like 47, I believe, at this point, as premium opponents for Canelo, and everybody else not a premium opponent. One of the big things on this is, what constitutes a premium opponent to them. So, obviously, the two names that were listed on there as opponents that were presented were Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders. And, according to Dazn, those aren't premium opponents. And I think, what they mean by premium opponents is opponents with, massive, huge followings that will make mega events. Masvidal is obviously a bigger name worldwide than Saunders. Same with Khabib. Than both guys. Both Saunders and Callum Smith aren't well known here in the United States. They're known to the boxing fan, but not the casual sports fan. And even amongst the boxing fans, the hardcore boxing fans, because if there's like a fair weather boxing fan, they might know Billy Joe Saunders, but Callum Smith, more likely than not, they don't know. So, the other thing is Canelo wants to be paid his amount, his $30-something million fee per fight, and Dazon's like, yo, we can't pay that right now. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We just laid off a bunch of people, which they did, which sucks. It's always bad when people get laid off, to be honest. And from what I read, Canelo was willing to take a 30% cut. But even then, with a 35% cut from his fee, Dazn would still have to pay like $20 million for someone like a Callum Smith or Billy Joe Saunders, which honestly, that's like a pay-per-view payday for somebody in a pay-per-view with a good-sized name, So that's still a lot from a promoter broadcaster side. That's still a lot for someone with the name recognition, the name value of those two, being that there's no gate and there's no revenue coming from gate or merchandise or beer. Canelo's in a weird spot, because if he continues with this lawsuit and they don't come to a resolution, we could see a situation that's similar to what Top Rank did with Mikey, where they froze him out for like 2 years, So it's either they got to come to a resolution, Canelo wins the case, and I don't know what happens there. Canelo buys himself out of the contract, but I don't think Canelo he does, but I don't think Canelo's going to be willing to pay, hundreds of millions of dollars to get out of that contract. Or they're going to freeze him out. Dazn, I'm obviously pretty sure Golden Boy doesn't want to freeze him out, because when Canelo makes money, they make money. So, they have an incentive to keep Canelo active as well, because they make money off of Canelo's fights. But that can't happen. It wouldn't surprise me if Canelo doesn't fight for the rest of the year. And we could see potentially, I hope not, something similar to what happened with Top Rank and Mikey Garcia, where they froze him out with Canelo. But we'll see how this all shakes out. It sucks, obviously, but this whole thing sucks. And I could see it from a business aspect. What's up, ARM, NJNP? Yeah, it's all about the money, and it is a lot of money. Renee Box Young, I don't know. I don't know I don't even know, to be honest. If so-and-so is going to win or not, because it seems that the Golden Boy, for the most part, were providing fights for him, but it was Dazn that was saying no. In terms of all this, getting back to what I first said initially, how I think this is like the perfect setting that's setting up an Oscar De La Hoya versus Canelo fight, because you got all this beef going on since the Kovalev fight, since then, for more than a year or so. And you've seen comments from Canelo in the press saying that he doesn't trust Oscar. Oscar can't be trusted. He's not loyal. They didn't talk at all during the Kovalev fight week. It was a weird thing, that Kovalev fight week. It was very hard to get a hold of Oscar that week. He wasn't very available to do interviews because of the story that ran the week before, where Canelo said he wasn't happy with Golden Boy, and that Oscar isn't the most loyal of people, according to Canelo, what he said in the interview. So, Oscar was not available really that week until the very end. It was Bernard doing all the media. So I don't know, man. And then with Dazn mentioning that Oscar's a premium opponent, and seeing that there's beef, and it would be a huge freaking fight. It would be Oscar's first fight back. I don't know, man. Boxing's so weird. So weird. We could all be getting played, yo. We could all be getting played. And this is just some grand scheme to set up an Oscar De La Hoya versus Canelo fight. Yes, it sounds crazy. Yes, I'm probably overthinking the damn thing. And yes, I sound like a loon even saying that. What are you talking about, Marcos? Canelo versus Oscar. Oscar hasn't fought in 10 years, but if they present it to Oscar, and knowing Oscar, and knowing his body of work, and how he never said no to a fight that excited him or a fight where people wanted to see him fight. Oscar fought everybody, and that's something that he'll always have above everybody else. Oscar always fought everybody when he was supposed to fight him. He didn't wait to over marinate, or he didn't wait for them to be a little few years off their prime for the most part. He always fought the guys in their primes. That's just how he is. So if he were presented a fight with Canelo at 160 pounds, no one, Oscar, he wouldn't say no to the fight. He wouldn't say no to the fight. And that would be freaking crazy, man. That would be nuts. And, you know, I was joking with Tino, who used to be with us, and I still talk to a lot. Canelo has always had trouble with guys who can jab, and they have quick jabs. And what do you think Oscar's main weapon is? Yes. I know. Oscar been retired for such a long time. It's not the same Oscar, obviously. But okay, let's look on the other side of the table. Okay, he hasn't fought in 12 years, maybe 11 years, somewhere around there. Significant time to let his body heal. All the injuries pretty much healed up. Okay. Yes, he hasn't taken care of the best care of his body. You know, he's had issues outside the ring with extracurricular substances and all that. So that could have an effect. But you know, he'll get in camp, and I'm telling you, when you're an athlete and you take an extended time off, sometimes it does you good. Yeah, okay, the ring rust and reflexes, that's going to take some time to come back. Okay, yes, I understand that. But a lot of these things are muscle memories for these guys, okay? And all it really takes is like a good month in training for a lot of this muscle memory to come back. I think he would do a lot better than people would think, to be honest, against Canelo, you know? So, you know, a lot of people say I'm crazy. Tino says I'm crazy. My other friends say I'm crazy. I say if this time off, I think would do him well. Okay. And style-wise, you know, maybe a pressure guy, because Canelo would pressure him like crazy, really make those legs work of his. But, you know, if he's in good shape, man, and he's able to use that jab, and he still has pretty decent speed, I think he'd do pretty damn well in there against him, you know? Pretty damn well against Canelo, because Canelo's always had trouble with boxers with a very strong dominant jab. What do you think Oscar has? So I don't know, man. We could all be getting played, yo. This could all be a freaking huge ploy that ends up having Oscar fight Canelo, and that'd be hilarious. That'd be like a WWE storyline, like when Vince McMahon fought Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that to me was the funniest storyline the WWE ever had. Especially when they had Stone Cold up in the bed. Vince McMahon up in the bed. And Stone Cold came and hit him over the head with that pot, which was hilarious, man. Hilarious. But I don't know. What do you guys think, man? What do you guys? I'm kind of curious. Yeah, dinosaur gaming. I'm throwing it out there. You know, we could all this could all end up building up a Canelo versus Oscar fight, dude. The writing's on the wall. It's only obvious. And there's already a backstory, a year and a half of bickering between the two guys. And then Oscar saying he wants to come back. He'll get 2 fights in. Dazn saying that, hey, Oscar's a premium opponent. We'll pay you your fee. You don't think Canelo's going to be like, wait a second, Dazn. So Oscar is a premium opponent, and you're going to pay me my $30-something million fee if I fight Oscar? I'm already beefing with this guy. I don't get along with him. So you're going to pay me $30 million to fight this guy? Easy money. Come on. Let's do this. And you don't think if it's presented to Oscar, he's going to say no to it? That's not how Oscar's built, dude. So it's going to happen. I don't know. I think it's going to happen. That's just me conjecturing, being crazy, throwing crazy stuff out there. But, you know, I don't know. What do you guys think? Carlos Gutierrez, who are you referring to? Let's see here. Oh, wow. And you got another hater in here too. Let's call out the haters and like ban them out. But maybe they want us to mention them. Let's see here. I'm gonna block. Hey, swiper must swipe. Hey, bye. Later, bro. Cool story. But you're out of here. God, I wish I could really talk like how I talk in normal life. Not get in trouble when I do it on live, but oh my God. some of the stuff I hear, man, if you guys were to say this in real life to me, I'd pop off on you. Abraham, for real, right? NJMP, what up? E. Leon CZ. Who's opposed? Well, I think you're trying to say who's opposed to the Saunders versus Canelo fight. Is it Golden Boy, Dazn? I don't know what you're saying there. Who's supposed to do the fight? Saunders versus Canelo? Is that what you're asking, bro? If so, it would be like, yeah, Dazn Golden Boy fight. Carlos Gutierrez. Some dude said Canelo is cherry picking. This guy's the champ. Fight everybody. I agree. Bible English, invite them to the gym for sparring. Yeah, too bad all the boxing gyms are not open, which sucks. Sour, gang, 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 gang. And JMP, no, definitely not Cholo. Cheyenne, what's up, man? Don't look much of a fighter, my guy. So it doesn't matter. Look at Eric Morales. You think Eric Morales looks like a fighter? If you were to see Eric Morales on the street, you think he could beat your ass? He'd work everybody. You ever seen that guy take his shirt off? He had like no muscle. Same with like Barrera. You ever see Morales and Barrera in the streets? You'd be like, oh, this guy's gonna whoop up on me. You'd laugh. I'm telling you, man, this is what I've learned in life, and other people can corroborate this. It's always the people that look like they can't defend themselves or the quiet ones that will mess you up, and that is true. Michael Spinoza, Marcos, money, politics aside, who do you want to see Canelo fight? I'd like Jermall Charlo. Good question. I think, oh man, okay. So like, I don't know when all this happened, in terms of people not wanting him to see Golovkin. Like, I still want to see him fight Golovkin, to be honest. I still think that there's a lot of unfinished business there. Like, yeah, the longer we wait, the more it favors Canelo. To be honest, like they should have already done the third fight already, obviously. But I still want to see that. The first fight to me was a draw when I was watching it there live. The second fight, I had a draw again watching it there live, but I could see Canelo winning 1 point or Gennady winning 1 point. The second one, that to me, you have two not inconclusive results, but you don't have either one guy winning definitively in that. That's still unfinished business to me. And I think even now, like Canelo is such on a high, and he has everything going in his favor that he would be the favorite in that fight, and he would have the advantage going into that fight just because Golovkin, we're seeing, has gotten a little bit older. I don't know. It could be the opponents. Derevyanchenko has this fight with Charlo. Derevyanchenko had a tough fight with Jacobs, had a tough fight with Golovkin. He makes a lot of guys look bad in there. It's just a tough style because he throws a lot of volume in the fights. But I still want to see a Golovkin, a third Golovkin fight for sure. Like, a lot of people don't want to see that anymore. I'm kind of curious. So, what you guys could actually tell me in the comments section, like if you guys don't want to see a Golovkin fight, a third Golovkin fight with Canelo, why? Now, I'm kind of curious because I don't understand why people have soured on a third fight with Golovkin. So let me know. I'm gonna start reading the comments here, see what you guys are gonna say about this. Cheyenne wants Masvidal versus Canelo. Dude, Canelo would wreck him in like 3 rounds, bro. Really? Come on. Okay, here we go. We're starting getting some of the comments on this. NJNP, don't want to see the third fight because GGG is too old now. Okay, so I'm getting a consent. I've gotten a consensus of that from people that they think Golovkin's too old, and they base it based on the Derevyanchenko fight, how he looked. But I'm telling you, man, that could be a little bit deceiving because Derevyanchenko is a tough dude, and he makes people look bad, really bad because of his style. So I don't know. Golovkin did well against Steve Rolls, but it was Steve Rolls who rolled on the floor when he got knocked out. So it is kind of hard to gauge where Golovkin is at this point. It looks like he's taking care of his body, but people are doing a little bit better. He's not murking fools like he was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Let's see here. Another one. GGG is declining. Team Batman says he would watch it. Let's see here. I would pay for a third fight hands down. It'd be great entertainment, says Carlos Gutierrez. Another one, Fernando Blanco. Triple G's past his prime looked faded versus Derevyanchenko. Team Batman thinks Golovkin would lose. Jump to, because it takes forever to make fights, and Canelo has a lot of potential fights out there for Canelo. It's a chain with ice. Triple G didn't look like himself against Rolls either. Let's see. First, Gilbert A. Triple G is pretty old. A better fight for Canelo would be him versus Demetrius Andrade. What do you guys think? GGG should fight Andrade. So we've got a few already saying that Golovkin is declining, getting a little old. Like I mentioned, man, it's hard to see where Golovkin is if that is true. The only way to find out is have a third fight with Canelo to see how he is, because like I mentioned, he looked great against Steve Rolls, knocked out Steve Rolls, but Steve Rolls is nowhere near the level of Golovkin. Okay, so that's kind of hard to gauge anything from there. And then with Derevyanchenko, like I've been saying, Derevyanchenko has made everybody top tier in his division that he's gone up against look really bad because he's a volume puncher. He just has a tough style to really look good against because he's on you, throwing. So it's kind of hard to tell if Golovkin is on the downside. I still want to see the fight though, man. If not, Golovkin, I'd love to see. Who would I like? Honestly, the only guy out there that I would like to see Saunders. I would like to see Callum Smith. But the one fight that would be like, oh my God, yeah, for Canelo would be actually three people. Three people would be like, hell yeah, I'm ready for this. One, obviously, Charlo. Jermall Charlo and Canelo, I would go nuts, absolutely crazy for. I would love that fight. But yeah, one's with PBC, one's with Dazn. Yeah. The second one would be David Benavidez against Canelo, which I think would be a tremendous fight. Oh my God, that would be such a great fight. Might be too early for Benavidez, but Benavidez is down. He wants to fight. And the third one, you guys might be like, what? Why that guy? I would like to see Canelo against Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant, style-wise, would be very intriguing to see, for me at least, because I want to see how Canelo is going to be able to navigate that sort of boxing style, that elusive style. He's always had trouble with guys that are elusive. And yeah, Plant maybe not as elusive as a prime Erislandy Lara, but it's a lot better than Austin Trout was in his prime, that's for sure. So I think, Caleb Plant would give him a heck of a fight. So that would be my top three for Canelo. But, politics is politics. R.I.P. Curse feels that Benavidez beats the poop out of Canelo. Gilbert says Canelo won't take the fight against David. To be honest, take your cut. David Benavidez versus Canelo, AT&T Stadium. NJAP stays eating those Mexican beef tacos. Let's see here. More questions coming in, guys. R.I.P. Curse thinks Canelo's a fraud. What? You think Canelo's a fraud, bro? Where's this coming from? Let's. I'm kind of curious. Tell me why you think that. Okay, I'll counter that. GGG has been past his prime. Dang. A lot of people think Golovkin has seen better days. One way to find out, man, he gets a fight in against an elite guy, and if he does poorly, then we know. So we'll see what happens with that. The other thing I wanted to touch on also is I'm loving this. I'm loving this drama that's happening between Devin Haney and Gary Russell. It's freaking great. It's awesome. I love it when they go back and forth against each other. Well, especially over social media. It's hilarious. I love it when they go ahead and do that. Luke Davis, Canelo versus Andrade, Plant versus Laura. Well, Laura's at 154, so that's not really possible. But I'm surprised that this fight's even being talked about, seeing that Devin's 2 weight classes above Gary Russell. So it came as a surprise to me, but hey, a welcome one. Just like Obi-Wan, surprise, but a welcome one. Take your cut. He thinks it's all BS. DAZN's using Bill Haney to get subscribers. Nah, he sent him a contract, dude. They're going back and forth. Russell Jr.'s hilarious. NJAP, yeah. So the one thing, okay, say they iron it out, and he gets the 1.5 million that he wants, Gary Russell. The fight ends up being on DAZN, which it seems like they'll allow. And there has to be a rematch. If Gary Russell wins, they're putting it in the contract. If he wins and they do a rematch, it has to be on his network of choice, which probably be Showtime, because Fox hasn't televised any of the Gary Russell fights at this point. So where they can choose something similar to what like Jose Ramirez worked out with Maurice Hooker when Jose Ramirez went over to DAZN to fight Maurice Hooker. That'd be a great fight, man. That's a great fight. The only thing that not really concerns me, but obviously the advantage that Gary would be giving to Devin would be the size, because Devin's 2 weight classes above him, and it's not an easy cut for Devin either. So you got a guy who's squeezing down 135 pounds, probably cutting from 150, 152, 154, somewhere around there, against a guy who's probably walks around 10, 15 pounds lighter. Obviously, the bigger guy is usually the stronger guy in terms of punches. So that's another thing there. Devin's a little longer in reach, taller, obviously. So there's a lot of advantages Gary would be giving Devin. But I think if you were to compare the two and you look at accomplishments, obviously Gary's the more accomplished fighter. If you look at the tool bag, who's more versatile, there's a strong argument there that you could say Gary Russell Jr. just because he's the Olympian, and what he's done to opponents, and they're like high caliber opponents as well. So it's interesting to see who would be the favorite in that fight. I would think Devin would actually be the favorite just because of the size. I don't know. Who would you guys think the favorite would be? Start leaving the comments down on the thing, on that section to see who would be the favorite in that fight. While I go ahead and pick a question in the meantime while you guys fill out all the comments. If you guys are tuning in for the first time, what's up? Marcos Villegas. This is the Fight Up TV live chat. Feel free to go ahead and subscribe. We do this every Monday, and we have daily content in the world of boxing and combat sports for you just about every day. Follow us on social media as well, at Fight Up TV and at Hey, it's Marcos V as well. Canelo should leave Oscar, sign with Eddie Sauer. No, why would Canelo do that? Canelo already has his own promotion. He should just Canelo knows what he's doing. But if I had the money Canelo had, okay, all those $100 million paydays and $30 million paydays, I would have been throwing it in my company, building out a company, and I would have split away from Oscar a long time ago to start my own promotion company. Floyd did it. Oscar did it. I would have done the same damn thing. I'm surprised he hasn't done it already, to be honest. So yeah, I would not sign with a promoter. I would become my own promoter and start signing fighters, putting them on my undercards, because I know my events are huge events. But and Canelo can still do that. He just has to find the right people to build his company up. So I'm perplexed as to why he hasn't done that before. I'm sure other people have told him to go ahead and do that. So maybe he'll do it now. But in order to break that contract, they have to either deem it null and void, which I don't think they will, or Canelo has to buy himself out of that. And he's already had 2 fights, Jacobs and Kovalev. He still has $230 million owed to DAZN, and I mean not owed, but worth of fights that he's supposed to give to DAZN. So could you imagine Canelo paying $250 million to get out of his contract? Jeez, bet on yourself, buddy. Bet on yourself. Paul Newman, what's up, man? Greetings. Great chat on Twitter the other day. Oh, hey, Paul. Okay, so that's you, bro. What's up, man? I know, right? We're talking about The Last of Us and video games and all that. Okay, let's get back to the comments. Let's see here. Russell was calling out Crawford, and Haney opportunistically called out Russell. It all seems like a spin. Gilbert Zurdo has 0 power, fights cans. Kovalev is far more proven. Can GGG drop or move up weight? Why is he stuck at middleweight? Marvin Hagler was at middleweight his whole career. So if he feels comfortable and he's dominant, why move up? I personally would like to see Golovkin move up, but he's comfortable there. So if you're comfy, why move up from that? Gary, casual base guy. Gary's the most active fighter we've seen. Shaking my head. He fights about once a year. So yeah. Take your cut. Devin Haney had no opponent but Fortuna, so they're trying to move the needle. But so you never know how they're trying to spin things. But if you send someone a terms sheet, that means there is interest there. And that'd be a great fight. Like I said, Devin has a lot of advantages in that fight because he's the bigger guy, and Gary would be moving up 2 weight classes. So it's in his favor to make that fight happen. Because he holds a lot of advantages just because Gary would be moving up in weight. Okay, let's see here. Paul Newman, Edwin Valero was crazy. Edwin Valero's party cocktail of choice? This had me cracking. I read a book about Edwin Valero, just detailing how crazy he was. They were saying he would never drink water, scolding hot coffee. When he would do his road work, he would sprint like a madman. And they would ask him, why are you running so hard, dude? We're just on an hour jog. Bro, calm down. What the heck? And Valero, and this was reflected on his training too. Valero said, I run and train like my life is dependent on it. I run as if the cops are chasing me. And I thought, wow, that's a crazy way to think of things. But hey, man, that'll push you. But his party cocktail of choice. Ready, guys? Ready? This is hilarious. This is what made me think okay, this guy likes to party. Tequila and Viagra. And look it up. That was Edwin Valero's party cocktail of choice. Tequila and Viagra. Dude liked to smash. That's all I'm saying. He liked to smash. Okay. Team Batman, what's up? Adebisi Adedoyin, Dimitri Bivol. What about Dimitri? We haven't seen Dimitri in a while. I hope he gets a fight soon. Stuart, what's up, man? Stuart Finland. NJMP, whose girlfriend are you talking about? I'm always up for looking at creeping on I'm going to stop myself there. Bible English, what do you think of the term sheet in which neither DAZN nor Matchroom Boxing are parties? Well, you got to find out where the guy is coming from, what his demands are first, So it's only going to help the negotiation. You want to see where they're at. So, yeah, what's up, bro? What's going on? Yeah. Damn, I'm sweating like a mofo. Abel gave me this shirt from one of Golovkin's camps. I forget for who, but yeah, every time Abel and Gennady would go in camp, they would always make a different shirt for that camp, and he'd always, during the media days, would come in and hand out shirts and stuff like that. So that's why I have this shirt right here. Sour milk. Don't matter DAZN on it. They're just agreeing to the terms. DAZN publicly said they are. Stop the excuses. Black Lomachenko likes moonshine and fishnets. Okay. Hey, man, whatever makes you happy, bro. I'm not here to judge. If that's your kick, all power to you, man. All power to you. Mollywop. Teo versus Loma. Who we got? Everybody? Teofimo Lopez versus Vasily Lomachenko. That is, to me, that's my fight of the year. That's the fight I'm most excited about this year, is that Teofimo Lopez versus Vasily Lomachenko. Who do you guys have it? You think Teo's youth, power, just overall size would be too much for Lomachenko, or do you think Lomachenko is just levels beyond this dude and he's just going to school him, take him to school, and absolutely embarrass him? I want to hear all your comments. I want to see what you guys think about this fight. Well, I'll answer your question, then we'll get to that. Michael Espinoza. Marcos, in your eyes, why do you think Santa Cruz is moving up to fight Tank? No power to keep Tank honest. I get why Tank is taking it. Well, he's been wanting to fight Tank for a while. When a fighter wants to fight somebody, it's usually they feel they can win, but there's so many other reasons, man. It could be, monetary reasons. It's a big event, it's a big fight. Does Leo really lose if he does a great account of himself? He's supposed to lose because Tank's the bigger guy, the harder puncher. He's the smaller guy coming up in weight. If Leo makes it difficult, hangs in there, goes 12 rounds, gets, fights to a split decision, or even if he loses, by 2 points, Leo doesn't lose anything in that fight. He challenged himself against a bigger guy, and he won a lot of money, got a lot of eyes on him. He was at 126. This fight, they're saying, is at 130, which I hope they stick to that, even though there's a 135-pound belt on the line. The thing is, like, Leo's one of those guys that's always been up for the challenge, regardless, because it's the challenge. And in terms of this, I really do think that he feels he can beat Tank, especially what he saw in the Gamboa fight, where you had a one-footed Gamboa in there with Tank. Tank had a little bit of difficulty. Thing is, Tank's going to get himself up to fight Leo. Like, if there's any motivation problems for Gamboa, I don't think those motivation problems are going to stay for Leo, because this is his first fight on pay-per-view. He wants to shine. He wants to get a spectacular finish in this fight. So if they're thinking that Tank is going to show up to this fight, I think they're wrong. It's the wrong thinking, which makes me think that Leo is just one of those guys that's up for the challenge. He wants to challenge himself, and that's good. That's commendable. We should commend fighters that do that, and really reward fighters that are willing to take risks and step up at their chance of greatness. Leo's already accomplished a lot. Leo's probably going to end up in the Hall of Fame. Pretty dang sure, 4 divisions already, that he'll end up in the Hall of Fame. So, a lot of these things, it's legacy fights too. You want big names in there, and you want to be involved in fights that people will remember are great fights. So yeah, the one that it is a pay-per-view fight. It is a pay-per-view fight. All right, let's get back to Teo and Loma. Let's see what you guys are thinking on this. Okay, let's see. The one, Teo. And JMP thinks it's a 50-50 fight. Team Batman, Loma. Mollywop Loma. Ryan B. Win Loma. Lyson Doan says hello from London. Why, hello. Take your cut. Teo with the missile. Luke Davis, Loma, late stoppage. Jump Tube, do you still keep in touch with Reggie Warren Jr.? I haven't heard anything from is he still doing the Reggie Warren Jr. gimmick? I haven't heard from Reggie Warren in forever. I haven't seen anything from him. He was a cool guy. We shotgunned a beer. That was the first video that we had up on Fight Hub. So I thought he was hilarious, but yeah, I don't know what happened to Reggie. If he's out there, if he sees this, what's up, Reggie? What's been going on? Check in with us, man. Let's see. Loma's on another level. It's hard to see Leo getting knocked out. Leo, Siri with Loma. Loma's nowhere near Mayweather's level. Esquiel Chavez says Leo wins. E. Woodson, what up, man? Thank you for the support. Okay. So Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez. So I was talking about this fight, and we've talked about it for months on the live chats. People will ask me and stuff like that. So, a friend at the gym the other day, because the gyms just opened up over here in Orange County, not the boxing gyms, but the regular gyms, which is kind of weird, to be honest, because I went late at night and there's a lot of people there. Majority were wearing masks, some people not wearing masks, and it kind of irritated me, annoyed me. That, okay, look, bro, I'm able to run on a treadmill with the mask on, but you're complaining that you can't breathe. Like, come on, stop being a wuss, man. Like, really? Like, you're like this juice head, roided out dude, and you're complaining about wearing a mask on a treadmill. You're not even running, bro. You're just like doing a power walk, and you're complaining that you can't breathe. But I'm over here running like on a 3% incline with the speed at like 5.6, and I'm able to run on the treadmill. And yeah, I'm like this scrawny little kid. And I'm not complaining, like, man up, bro. Like, what the heck? I don't know. It just irritated the F out of me that this guy wasn't wearing a mask and is not right next to me. He was 2 treadmills away from me, but still. I was like, bro, everyone else is wearing a mask in the gym so we can work out and use the gym, okay? Put up with it, man, because at the end of the day, we all want to use the damn gym. That's just the sacrifice we all have to make to be able to use the gym. Stop being a wuss and put on a damn mask so we could all use the gym, bro. But yeah, guy didn't want to use the gym. I got so pissed. I left. I ran outside. I told the people at the gym, I'm like, look, dude, I'm going to freeze my membership again because you got knuckleheads over here not wanting to wear the mask in the gym. And I'm not you know what? Regardless of what people think about this COVID thing, okay, I don't want to get sick. I don't care if I'll end up living, all right? I am. I know I am. But I don't want to get sick. I don't want to get sick for 3 weeks. I don't got time for that bullshit. Come on. What's wrong with me not wanting to get sick? Really? So, like, stop with all that. Like, I hear from my friends, but you'll survive, bro. You're healthy. You're young. Da, 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 da. I don't want to be sick for 3 weeks. What's wrong with What's wrong with not wanting to be sick for 3 weeks? Put on a stupid mask. Yeah, it sucks. I don't like wearing the mask either. It's stupid. Wear a damn mask. Wear a mask and we could all work out. How about that? Cover your mouth. Nothing comes out. Dude, oh my God. That's the other thing. Oh, well, if I put on a mask, I'm going to be seen as this and that. Dude, don't they teach you as a kid in school to cover your mouth when you cough? Okay, so use that same reasoning when you put on a mask. It's covering your mouth. It's being courteous to other people. All right. Tangent there, but that really pissed me off at the gym the other day. And I'm going to go back to the gym again later after this chat. But I'm just big macho tough guy, and he can't run with a mask on. I'm like, really, bro? Really? Okay. All right, back to boxing. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Dylan, I don't lift, bro. I just do boxing. That's all I do. I don't even lift, bro. I don't lift. But you, Dylan, but do you even work out, bro? Really? Do you even work out, dude? All right. Yeah, here. Say it a little louder for the people in the back. Yeah, I know. Okay, so Jesus, I think 24. I think all the gyms like LA Fitness, 24-hour Fitness, Gold's Gym, Crunch, they're all open up now here in California, at least in Southern California. I got an email last week that a few of the gyms here, because I have a few gym memberships, that 2 of them were open. So you might want to check with your gyms to see if they're open. Okay, before I got on the tangent, we're talking about Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez. So yeah, I was having a conversation with the guy at the gym. We were outside, of course, socially distanced. And it dawned on me that this could be kind of similar to the Mayweather-Canelo fight, okay? Where you got a guy who's experienced, who's obviously on paper, he has more skills, the more technical guy, and it's Lomachenko. And you have a young guy that everybody thinks because he's young and he's powerful is going to take out the old lion, Teofimo / Canelo. Canelo versus Mayweather. When they made that fight, fans, everybody was like, nah, this Canelo got this. This is his time now. He's young. He's wrecking fools. Da-da-da-da-da. He's going to pressure Floyd. He's going to walk right through Floyd's punches. Floyd's not going to be able to do anything to him. Da-da-da-da-da. And I started thinking, I'm like, wow, a lot of fans are saying the same things that I heard from fans back for the Canelo versus Mayweather fight. And I'm like, wow, this is kind of a similar position. Canelo was, I believe, 21, 22 when he went into that Mayweather fight. Teofimo around the same age. I believe he turned 21. I don't know. I think he not just turned 21, but he turned 21 or 22. So he's around the same age. And I was just like, man, some parallels there. Could end up being the same result too. I would not be surprised, okay, here we go. We got some masked people here with some of the comments. There you go. So we'll see. I don't know. It can either end up 2 ways. Obviously, Lomachenko just completely dominates the fight. He's too good for them. He confounds Teofimo. He's able to nullify his offense because of the punch output. He's winning wide on points because he's landing more, even though it's not hurting Teofimo too much. Teofimo can't get set to throw his bombs. The other weird thing too is it kind of has me wondering. Teofimo looks big, man. Not big as in like marshmallow, but big as in like dude looks yoked. Like he put on a lot of muscle, and I don't know if that's ever a good thing as a boxer to put on a lot of muscle. In general, speed always beats power. Power very rarely beats speed in fights. I would rather have a skinny, fast guy than a big, powerful, slow guy any day of the week. And yeah, Teofimo's put on a lot of muscle in camp. So I don't know how that's all gonna, I don't think it'll have a big effect, but it is in the back of my mind in terms of how conditioning wise, in terms of punches, how many punches he's gonna throw per round, and if he's gonna start kind of leveling out in his punch output when we get to 10, 11, if he's able to throw with the same intensity, the same speed, and the same output because of that. So it's an interesting fight, man. That's why this is the fight for me. My personal, the fight that I'm most excited over is this one, because you got two guys in their primes, man. Two guys in their primes. It's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a great fight. I'm glad it's on there for free. Jesus, not the NorCal gyms. Oh man, that sucks. I'm sorry about that, man. Here in Southern California, I guess we have some of the gyms that are open. Okay. Tank gonna dog walk everyone if he's focused. Chain with ice. Orlando Cedillo left Teofimo a blueprint. Yeah, but Teofimo doesn't fight that way. That's the thing. It's a completely different style. I don't think Teofimo has the volume output that Salido has. Now he will probably be the guy that comes forward, because he's the bigger guy. He should be the one that's coming forward in the fight because he's bigger. Thing is the volume. Salido hit that boy everywhere: shoulder, arms, chest, neck, head, hips, everywhere, man. It was just a barrage from Salido. I was there live for that fight, dude. And I remember everybody on press row was thinking, that's it. Lomachenko's done. Like, it's over. Hype train's derailed. Look at what Salido did to this guy. Like, it's done. Like, all this hype for this, he couldn't even take out Salido. We all, I think, did Salido disservice. This guy is extremely underrated. And he's as it showed to be, a handful for a lot of people. He's just one of those rugged, old veteran type fighters that if you weren't on your best night, you'd end up getting a visit from Mr. L. And Mr. L came and saw Lomachenko, handed out that L to him. So let's see there. Let's see. Dalla DiBiase, what's up, man? What's going on? Salido's a taxi driver now. That is incorrect. He was a Uber driver, but now he's serving in his local city government. I think he's a mayor, which is kind of weird. But they found him drunk on the streets, like last November or something like that. I remember seeing that. So, Black Lomachenko, Salido was on a god level those couple of years ago. He was, man. Like I said, if you weren't on your A game that night and you faced the Salido, he was taking you out. That guy was just no nonsense, high work ethic. If you off your game, he was going to mess you up. And if you were on your game, it was going to be a tough fight because you knew what he was. There was no extra wrinkle to his game. He's going to come forward, throw a ton of punches at you, and rough you up. And you know what? Make it a dogfight in there. That's how it was. And regardless of what you hit him with, he'd keep coming forward. You hit that guy with a bat over the head, he'd still come stumbling all punch drunk and come forward and try to hit you. So a lot of people undersell or underappreciate Salido. Salido was a hell of a fighter in his day. Pascal and Badu Jack, future Hall of Famers, NJNP. That's a good question. I don't know, because I think they only stayed in one division. Correct me if I'm wrong. Find that out. One division. It's hard for me for a guy to be in the Hall of Fame if they're one division, unless they do something spectacular. And I know the first thing that is going to come up. Golovkin stayed in one division. Yeah, but look, Golovkin had like 18 title defenses, something like that. Crazy, almost 20 something. I think 20 title defenses, something like that. That's something special. Okay, that's something special. Neither of those guys have any really title defense when you compare it to someone like Golovkin, okay, who's been in one division as well. Don't get me wrong. I think Golovkin should move up a division, because I think, that's shows how great a fighter is if they can continue to be great in a different division that's not their natural weight, against naturally bigger men. That shows you how much talent and how good they really are, that they can compete and level the playing field against bigger guys, which is why I give Canelo so much props, because he went up to light heavyweight. And even though Kovalev was in prime Kovalev, he still had a lot left in the tank when he fought Canelo, and he had just come off beating a guy in his prime against Anthony Yard, who I believe just fought over the weekend. So what about the children? Some of the comments you guys put on here is, okay. Let's see here. Marcos, casual base guy. Have you had a chance to cover Crawford in Omaha? It's beautiful. No, man. It's one of the things I regret, is not going to one of those Omaha fights for Terrence, especially the one against Gamboa, because that thing looked crazy over there. I would imagine you're from Omaha. So hopefully, I got my fingers crossed, when all this gets done with and over with, and they start letting us back into the fights, if he has a fight in Omaha, I'm going to go back, because as soon as everything gets normal again and this stuff dies down, either by people getting immune naturally to it because so many have gotten sick, or through a vaccine that's safe, the floodgates are going to open, man. We're all going to be wilding out. You know how bad I want to go to the bars and just get super sloshed and hit on everything that walks by me? Man, I can't wait. It's like the year we all lost. Everybody took an L this year. 2020 L, except if you're Jeff Bezos. That guy came out winning, right? That's kind of weird. It makes you think about things too, huh? How he ends up being richer when everybody's like taking pay cuts and taking L's and losing their jobs and all that, and he's the one that ends up winning. The rich stay winning. It's America. The rich stay winning. All right. Casual base guy, Wichita, Kansas, but it's right down the interstates. Okay. Good stuff. And JAP wants to take Sinisa out on a date as soon as the bars open. Hey, man, all power to you. She is a babe. Sinisa's a babe. She's a babe. Source. Thank you, brother. Glad to see the logic in my expression. What was your expression, Source? I'm going to have to scroll up here now and see what Source is talking about. This is the first time you guys are tuning in. This is our weekly live chat. We go on here every Monday, 5:45. Make sure to subscribe, please. And follow us on social media at FightUpTV, at Hey, it's Marcos V. Let's see here. Where's Source? Source's comment. If Leo doesn't get knocked out, he will win the fight. Ooh, okay. There's no way Tank can win on points against someone like Leo. Tank does have the power to knock Leo out, obviously, but Leo controls the distance. All right, Source, we're putting you on the spot, guys. Let's all respond to Source. Do we agree with Source? Does Source have a point? Is he right, or is Source wrong? Let's see here. I've said this about this fight from months ago. Okay, Leo's key to win this fight is he has to, because Tank doesn't throw a lot. Tank throws precise, and when he throws, he makes it count. They're tremendous, powerful punches that can put you on your butt. Okay, so he needs to be really, really careful about being defensively responsible in this fight. Leo can win this fight if he's able to take Tank's punches and he outworks him. And what I mean by outworking him is throwing more punches. Leo already throws a lot of punches. Thing is, this is a little tricky in this situation, because if he gets in there and tries to mix it up with Tank at some point is going to counter and catch Leo. So it's really dependent. Honestly, this fight is how well Leo can take those punches. If Leo can take Tank's punches really well, okay, and he pressures him, throws a lot of punches, even though it doesn't look like it's doing too much damage, there's a way to win. He cuts the ring off, keeps Tank in one corner, just keeps throwing. Leo's a longer guy. He can box. There's a path to victory there. but it's all dependent on if Leo can take Tank's punches. That's really what, at the crux of it, what's at stake is that. If he's able to take Tank's punches, and it doesn't slow him down, it doesn't stagger him, he has a very clear way to victory in that fight. But that's the big question. Can he take Tank's punches? Tank, it seems, is not just a good puncher, not just a great puncher, but a special puncher. That's what sets him apart from everybody else in his division, is his punching power. That's what makes him special, is his power. So, you know, it's we'll see. We'll see, you know. We'll see. First rounds are going to be cautious. They're going to want to feel each other out. Surely Leo doesn't want to get caught with any of those punches, you know. And you would think Tank is going to want to go meet in the center, but you know what? Maybe Tank's going to flip around and just box. You know, who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Back to the comments. Hellbox thinks Leo's going to win. What are the odds for that fight? Can someone post the odds on that fight? I want to see the odds on that fight, actually. Damn, my hair's going all crazy. Could you see Canelo fighting at heavyweight towards the end of his career? Nah, bro. Nah. Come on. He ain't Roy Jones. Come on. We got someone saying something crazy here. Someone's telling us that we're all brainwashed in the Matrix. We got to wake up. Why don't you wake up? Why are you still in the Matrix, bro? If we're all in the Matrix, that means you're in the Matrix. Why don't you wake up? Unplug everybody then. Come on. Hurricane Hank, what's up, dude? Fernando Blanco, Tank can drop him several times to make the fight close on the cards. Carlos Gutierrez, what's going on, bro? Okay, this guy's yo, Charles, what are you smoking, bro? Not making sense to us over here on the chat. Okay, so maybe lay off the narcotics or the crazy YouTube conspiracy videos. Okay, back to the chat. Don't know your name, but Teo is such an underdog against Loma. I think he will give Loma good work, but I don't think he will win on points against Lomachenko. Luis Rosario, what's up, man? What's your take on Dazn? Do you see it making a comeback or done for good? You know, he's on bath salts. You're hilarious, Hank. You know, it's a weird, it's weird times right now. Okay, so it's like, in hindsight, a lot of bad business decisions, but no one anticipated what was going to happen with COVID-19. Okay, they shelled out a ton of money to get these signings because that was the cost of entering the marketplace. They had to shell a lot of money to get guys in. Okay, in hindsight, that wasn't the best way because of what's happening now, because they can't afford to pay these guys what they negotiated in their contracts against whatever fighter. There's no revenue, there's no crowds going, so it puts them in a weird place where, look what's happening with Canelo, where they can't have Canelo fighting against whatever guy because of the amount of money they have to pay him. And that's with a lot of other people as well, so it puts them in a position where they kind of have to wait for fights or negotiate purses down. And some fighters aren't going to be like, dude, I signed a contract. No, this is what you owe me, so pay me what you owe me. Even though everybody is taking pay cuts right now. So I don't know. Dazn is huge outside the U.S. Okay, they're big. They're not struggling outside the U.S. They have all the sports outside of the U.S. They're doing very, very well. Here in the U.S., yes, they're struggling. It would not surprise me if Dazn, knowing that and seeing that, and Carlos, thanks for that. Thank you so much. Live chat it up right here. We got to give Carlos Gutierrez a what's up. Thank you. Thank you for that, brother. It wouldn't surprise me if Dazn says, look, we're going to need to start focusing on fighters outside of the U.S. because Dazn is doing well outside of the U.S. So let our focus now be more on the fighters that aren't American, that aren't in the U.S. Or let's get our American fighters to fight outside of the U.S. To take advantage of that. I see that's more likely to happen, honestly, with everything. And seeing how well they are doing outside. So don't be surprised if they start focusing on guys we haven't really heard of, guys that are based out of Germany and Canada and Japan, England, all over Europe, because Dazn, contrary to what we know Dazn as here in the U.S. as an entity is not Dazn worldwide. Dazn worldwide is a very thriving company. Does a lot of you guys think Dazn's not finished or finished? Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm a conspiracy, but you're still promoting something that will never have fans again. Do you see how boxing is now? It's dead without our energy. You will see. You won't be talking about boxers soon. Yo, bro. Dude, we're still having fights. What are you talking about, dude? There's still fights going on. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I have no idea what you're talking about. The fights will come back. All the other sports are coming back already. Some of the NFL games have fans there. In Australia, there's fans. In New Zealand, there's fans. This is all going to come back, buddy. You got to be positive. The power of positive thoughts. Keep that positive energy out in the universe, and it'll go ahead and coalesce itself into something. Everything's going to get back to normal, man. So I wish you well. If you're having a hard time, man, just feel free to reach out to your friends and family, and maybe stay away from YouTube for a little bit. Okay. All right, guys. Charles thinks God is causing the great awakening of 2020 and there is no normal. I think maybe that might be a sign to sign off. Yo, there's life on Mars. I mean, on Venus. Oh, I messed that one up. There's life on Venus. You guys hear about this? This is crazy. All right. They think they found life on Venus in the clouds. Organic life fine. I like science stuff. So, okay. Clippers champs 2020. All right, you guys. Jaime Munguia was just announced. Looks to be on Dazn. But with that said, it's been an hour. I got to get to the gym. I got to make sure I stay in shape. I'm going to sign out because Charles here is creeping me out with all this talk about only divide and conquer agenda, blah, blah, mask and vaccinated. Bro, you need a Whopper with some chicken nuggets and a Pepsi. Just chill out, smoke a little doobie, and just play some video games. Go play Mario Kart or something like that. All right, guys, I got to go. Xander Zayas Luis is legit. He looks like he could be the real deal. Top Rank's doing a great job with him, and I'm keeping my eye on him. And JAP, we need boxing babes next week. Oh, I got a MMA babe. All right, here we go. MMA babe. Let's see here. MMA babe for you guys to watch. I'm gonna give you one right now. Let's see. Let's see here. MMA babe. Who we got? Who we got for you guys? Let me see the follow list here. Who we have? All right, I'm bringing it up. There's an account that actually specializes in this, okay? So, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it because I follow them and they post who to follow on this. Man, I can't find it. Of course I can't find it. The one time. All right, I'm going to send over an MMA babe. Hold on, guys. Stay here. I got to find this account, and I'll give you one MMA babe for the day to follow. Let's see. Who's a good one? Come on, Marcos. Okay. She is an MMA babe. I think she's very pretty. All right, this girl right here. I'll show you a picture, and I'll show you a good one of her. Paulina, MMA babe. Follow her. She's a very lovely. Paulina Grania too. She's Latina. She's fights out of San Diego. That's MMA babe for the day right there. Let me try to find another picture for you guys. For you. Let's see. Those are good ones. A lot of training videos on here. Yes. Hey, she blocked you? Why'd she block you? What'd you do, bro? Paulina Grania 2. There we go. That's the MMA babe pick of the week. Lock of the century. Okay. All right, guys. Peace out. I got to go work out. Subscribe to the channel. Share the chat. Come tune us. Next week, Monday at 5:45 Pacific time. Follow us on social media at Fight Up TV. Follow me as well at Hey, it's Marcos V. Take it easy, guys. Have a good rest of your week. Make it a positive one. Make it a good one. And we'll see you next week. All right. Peace out, guys. Appreciate it. Later.